Markets Money on a Monday. It is already two-pot time again. Uh, there is a crisis when it comes to the middle class in South Africa. Rising debt costs, increased taxes, a higher living expenses, also stagnant real salary increases have created this crisis. So what we've seen is a surge in withdrawals from retirement savings to keep up to date with rising costs of living. The major financial groups, Alexforbes, Old Mutual, the government employer pension funds have reported tens of thousands of withdrawal requests since the new tax year started on 1st of March 2025. In fact, between September 2024 and the first of at the end of January this year, more than 2 million taxpayers have withdrawn from their savings pot. A total gross income of about a lump sum of about 43 billion rand has been paid. Let me speak to John Anderson now. He is the Solutions and Enablement Executive at Alexforbes. Good morning, John. Really appreciate your time. Already lots of interest seeing with 24 days into the new tax year, people looking to dip into two-pot savings.
Good morning, Lester. Yes, that's right. From 1 March, which marks the new tax year, we've already seen close to 75,000 individuals claim again, and most of those are repeat. So people that previously took the amounts, they're repeating and coming back this time. So, and we expect that to continue for the rest of the month. Yeah, so I think, and just to put that into perspective, I mean, what we usually process in a year for normal claims from a retirement fund administrator is about 150,000 claims. So we've had in just over 3 weeks half of what we normally process in a full year.
Are these actual withdrawals already, or is it people merely just testing and seeing, oh, how much would I be able to withdraw from my retirement fund?
No, what I've given you there is people actually withdrawing. So 75,000 actually withdrawing. Majority have been paid within 5 days into their bank accounts after deduction of tax. There are a lot more people who have actually looked at their balances on our systems. So close on, in fact, close on half a million. So what it does show you is that people are highly engaged. They are looking, they are aware that the money is available. The good news is that the majority of people have not taken it, or a large portion of people, after either they don't qualify because their balances are below the 2,000 Rand minimum, or they've decided not to do so so far.
How many of these people are repeat withdrawers? Those who took advantage between the 1st of September to the end of February, and now again a new tax year, could even be in the same calendar year, where people said, oh, I actually want to dip in again.
No, the vast majority are people that did take previously. So very few people are coming forward that didn't take previously. And that's why the amounts that are being taken now are roughly about half what they were before. Because people took the money before, and then there's 6 months worth of contributions from 1 September to February, and then they're taking their balances from there. The issue there is that they won't be able to take again until next year this time. So the longer you wait, the higher the balances.
Maybe it's probably helpful to take a few steps back to explain to our listeners how the two-pot system works, and then just how much is available to people within that withdrawal pot, John.
Yes. So very simply, if you've got retirement savings either through your employer, or you are making your own contributions to a retirement annuity fund, from 1 September, the way it works is your contributions are split between what's called a savings pot. There's a retirement pot, hence the name two pot. It's split into 2 pots. The savings pot is 1/3 of all your contributions from 1 September. That is available to you at any time, subject to a minimum balance of 2,000 Rand, and you can only withdraw once per tax year. So the amount that's available to you, so on 1 September, there was a specific allowance that any accumulated retirement savings that you've already made up to 1 September, 10% of that would be allocated as an initial balance in your savings pot. And that amount, together with all 1/3 of all contributions from 1 September, is available to you at any time, subject to the restrictions I mentioned. So going forward, whatever amount is available in your savings pot balance, you can take that, subject to it being at least 2,000 Rand, and you can only do it once every tax year. But I think our suggestion is that people really leave that as a last resort, let it accumulate. It's meant to be a last resort fund. If, heaven forbid, we have another COVID or some other big emergency, that's its real purpose. It should not really be used for day-to-day funding expenses, although we know that South Africans, unfortunately, are financially stretched.
So does Alexforbes survey what people intend to use this money for? I mentioned in my introduction, rising debt, increased taxes, the cost of living has increased in South Africa. This while salaries haven't kept up. What are people using two-pot money for?
So we did survey people after the first round of withdrawals, and as I said, most of those people are repeat, are coming back again. Of those individuals, 80% said that they're using the money for debt or for day-to-day living. There's also another research that was done quite recently, analyzing actual spending patterns and behavior. And it actually found that people are using the money to pay off certain types of debt, but it'll be debt like your clothing stores and that type of thing. What's interesting is there was a bit of a spike in deposits being put down for used cars. So obviously for transport, people trying to put money down to acquire that asset. But on the whole, it looks like it's paying off certain amounts of certain types of debt, and also for day-to-day living expenses, which confirms the survey responses as well.
Well, John Anderson, really appreciate your time as an executive for solutions and enablement at Alexforbes.